What up guys, Declining Mr. T here, and I've got a special war that I'd like to feature. This is a war that's been about a month in the making. I was in WHF Rising for a little while, trying to learn some of the methodologies and tactics and just general elite stuff that they do. Because of course they are a very amazing family of clans, and it was really a privilege to be a part of their clan for just a little while. And just before I came back to Fulmen Morte, I asked if we could start working on an arranged war. And sure enough, they agreed very graciously and spent quite a while working on the roster. And we did finally get a match after 3 or 4 attempts over about an hour or so. In any case, I'm going to feature several of the videos. In fact, we've got quite a few videos that I'd like to share, but I'm probably going to put those in a separate video because there are so many of them. And I will feature a few in this video. However, before that, I just really want to talk about the fair play community. There's been so much negative talk about the fair play community whenever you look in various chat groups, and it's always very disappointing to see. In this case, though, I'd like to talk about the good aspects of the community, and that is truly featuring the word community here. First of all, I'd like to thank the members of WHF Rising for allowing us to set up the war. It's truly astounding the amount of work that goes into matchmaking, and leadership on both sides worked for hours and days to make it happen. And once you do get the match, it feels like a win in of itself. And in addition to that, after the match was set up, we found out that I actually did something wrong. We were supposed to bring in an extra Town Hall 9, and I thought we were supposed to bring in an extra 8. Shame on me for making that mistake, and maybe that's why it took us an hour and a half to match. So that's another thing I'd like to thank Rising for, is they went out of their way to make it fair. They have one base that they just set all the defenses aside and said, look, instead of a 35 versus 35, we're going to do 34 versus 34, just to make it fair. And that is truly above and beyond. And that is the definition of fair play. And then, in addition to that, this matchup, I think, is a really good example of what the fair play community represents. We reached out to Rising. We agreed kind of from the beginning that we would need 35 players. We need a 35 versus 35. They sent the roster to us, and we were both short a little bit. They were only short 3 or so players. We were short about 9. And so you can see this team log that quite a few of the players from the war aren't here on our side, aren't still in the clan from our side. And a couple from their side aren't there either. They were able to bring in players from within the family, which is really good. You can see here they got in a lot of guys from WHF2. In fact, I think everyone that was missing here in the roster is from WHF2. On our side, though, we don't have a big family. In fact, our other family clan is much smaller than us. It's mostly 7s and 8s. We reached out to the FPC chat on Bindle and had quite a few volunteers. And we also reached out to John with War Whales, and he graciously sent some really amazing attackers. And so I'd just like to quickly go through and show. Here we've got Mariana Trench, quite a few players from there, one from War Whales, another Mariana Trench. Dark Ops 6, he came from the FPC community in Bindle. Big Black came from HO5 Prime, another one out of Bindle. Are from the FPC community. Power COC Aggregon, and Eel from LP5 Griffin. And then a few of these other players down at the bottom are from our family clan. Aries, I'm not quite sure where he's from. I think he's from Mariana Trench, but he never did go back if that's where he's from. In any case, back to the community here, back to the fair play community. This matchup, like I said, is really a great example of what the community represents. It was really nice to have all these volunteers come and join us and make this thing happen. And I think the real takeaway from this matchup is the community itself. It's the teamwork of the entire group. It's the fair play mentality. It's the ability of the members to adapt to a constantly evolving game and doing it while maintaining a 3-star mentality. We saw some insanely amazing attacks from Rising. Attacks that take an incredible imagination and a deep understanding of the game. But that's not all. There were some really good defenses. And that's another characteristic of this fair play faction. It's an honor to be a part of it. I have seen it said several times that it's the strength and the imagination and the creativity of the attackers that win matches. But I think in this case, Rising is or WHF in general is a really great clan. And in this case, we happen to win by a few stars. But if we look at our defensive log here, you can see 3 bases in particular stand out. The first here is Tyler. He had 7 hits against him. And down here, Miss Tomatoes, 5 attacks here and 6 attacks versus Aggregon. So yes, absolutely, it does take a lot of understanding of the game to win, but to attack, it takes a deep understanding of troop movements and pathing and things like that to have a really great 3-star attack. But equally as important, it takes a deep understanding of defense. All right, so we're going to jump into some replays here in a minute. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you to WHF, thank you to Warwells. I truly appreciate the time and energy, the players, and the advice, the defenses that everyone contributed to this fair play match. All right, let's start off at the top. We're going to watch Voltron versus Max Plunder. And Voltron's going to start off with a Quad Quake, Queen Walk, Laloon, and obviously here he's going to get the air defenses. And on the right, he's got a Kill Squad coming in to take out this Archer Queen. So Queen Walk's coming in, so far doing pretty well. We've got a lot of heavy hit point buildings over there with all those gold and elixir storages. King is in, and pops that king ability, and now the queen's down. Pretty much all he needed to do over there. Queen is a little bit off track right now, but I think after these couple of buildings, he's going to be able to pop the queen's ability, take out those CC troops, and then she'll probably move back inside. A couple of more CC troops come out. She takes care of those pretty quick. He's trying to break the queen's walk a little bit. That's why he drops those minions down. Does that successfully, so Queen walks back around that wall, takes out Sweeper, takes out another air defense. And as soon as that's down, rages the Queen and healers so that she can survive the Tesla, make it over there to that third air defense. In the meantime, he's got several loons coming in, drops a haste on those to get them into range of defenses quickly. The Hound's tanking at that 12 o'clock air defense. It goes down quickly, and the Queen got that air defense down just in time before the King took her out, and loons are able to easily finish up this base with a lot to spare. He's got cleanup troops working around the outside edges, and the last defense goes down now, and that's all she wrote. 30 seconds to easily clean up the rest of this base. Very nice attack versus their number one. Good job, Voltron. Alright, next base down is Voltron again versus their number 2, Jake. And we've got another Queen Walk. This time's going to be a Goho. Looks like Cold-Blooded, probably a Golem in the CC. So he starts off, Queen Walk's coming down, the top left side of the base. While she's doing that, his kill squad's going to come in from the bottom, or from the 3 o'clock area. So we want to take out that queen, and we want to get as many defenses, obviously, as we can. Between the queen walk and the kill squad, he's probably going to get at least a half, maybe 2/3 of this base down. Drops in a couple of hogs from the top right to help with the kill squad, take out some of those defenses, and also to help with hog pathing later on. Queen is still making her way around, drops in a few more hogs from the top left, top right, again to help with the pathing at the back end of the base. He tripped that set of double giant bombs right there by the Tesla, and his first heal spell goes down. Unfortunately, it looks like it's a little bit out of range for what he wants to do. He's got 2 hogs in it, and still going strong. 6 o'clock hog group is coming in. They're healed up to full health, and they're going to finish up these last 2 defenses. Queen is still at full health. She's going to be able to easily take out the rest of this base. He's got a ton of cleanup troops left. Voltron is a very, very good attacker. With the amount of planning that these guys did, Voltron is able to make this very tough Town Hall 9 look easy. Really good job, Voltron. Next, we're going to check out Adrian's versus Ben W. Adrian's is going to do a Go-Va-Ho starting kill squad from the top right area. Creates a very nice funnel, waits for that archer to target the golem, and uses a minion on that camp to secure the funnel. And as soon as those guys are down, he drops in his wall breakers to enter at this 12 o'clock compartment. Heroes are in. They're going to start to take out this queen. Then the Valkyries come in, and they're going to finish up this compartment. Drops in a couple of hogs on the 3 o'clock area just to start in on some of those defenses. A couple more come in at about 4 o'clock. Kill squad is still going strong. Valkyries are working on that town hall. Pops the king's ability, jumps over the wall, and starts to work kind of on the back side of the base. In the meantime, more hogs are coming in surgically while those defenses are targeting the kill squad. He's able to keep quite a few of his hogs safe because of this surgical pathing that he's chosen. The last group of hogs come in on the bottom left side and jump right away into a heal because of those Teslas and the king down there. The other group of hogs come in to meet him, and that last few defenses at the bottom are all done. So he's got one more compartment to take care of here. This is a really close attack. The hogs are gone. He's got his queen. He's got 2 wizards. He's got 2 Valkyries and a goblin. Takes out that king, pops the queen's ability, so he's got a few more archers to help him out. Those wizards and archers are going to go around, start taking out some of the trash buildings. Valkyries are still trying to pound their way through those level 10 walls, and we've got a lot of work to do here, and not a whole lot of troops to do it. So Valkyries make it through that first layer. Now they're into the second layer. Queen is working on the defense. After this, there's only one more defense that can target her. So here we go, down to a queen and 2 Valks. She's able to take out those trash buildings on the outside. The drill is going down, and now we're down to 3 troops, guys. Here we go, working on the last cannon, last building, 99%. Very nice job. Valkyries for the win. Great attack, Adrian. All right, number 5, Lang Bang. Doc is going to go in here with a Queen Walk Mass Hogs attack. It's going to start the Queen Walk from 6 o'clock, and I remember when he was planning this base, he mentioned he wanted to have that archer tower right there targeting the Queen, so he accidentally dropped in those hogs a little bit early, but that's okay. They do the job he wanted them to do. They take out those 2 defenses, and I think he wanted to get the lure, but I don't remember, maybe not. In any case, she's going to start working her way around to the 9 o'clock area. He wanted to use that hog to lure the CC. Didn't quite get it. It got sprung off. It's not going to be a big deal. Although it did leave him short on a few hogs at the end of the attack. So Queen is still working her way around. Gets past that Tesla, working on this archer tower. And he's starting to send in a couple of wall breakers now. There's his test wall breaker. There's the rest of them to break into this compartment. And that's where he's going to stop the Queen Walk. She's going to come in and get the enemy Queen. Drops a rage to make sure that he's able to take care of the Queen, these defenses that are attacking him, and that CC Golem. And that CC Hound. He pre-poisons. He's about to have that Hound pop. The pups are going to immediately go into a poison. So now he's got that taken care of. Pops the Queen's ability, and he's working on these defenses. In the meantime, he had a couple of hogs take out quite a few of the buildings at 12 o'clock. And now the rest of those hogs are going to come in from 3 o'clock. Gets a heal down, quite a few defenses, quite a few hit points, hard working on those hogs. He's already got a wizard cleanup at 12 o'clock. Hogs are still coming strong. Drops a poison to slow that king down. It was a little bit late. His last group of hogs here is working on this expo. King is coming in. Looks like all the hogs are gone at this point. So we've got a king and a full health queen. Drops a rage to try and help her get through this wall. We still have a couple of defenses we need to take out and a lot of stuff to do. So pops the king's ability a little bit early so that he can quickly bash through this wall, take out the king, and start working on those other defenses. Wizards follow him in. They're going to start working on the gold storage and the expo and hut while the queen's trying to finish up this elixir storage. Now she comes around, takes out that top elixir storage. If you recall the time from the beginning of this attack, he used every second plus maybe a quarter of a millisecond. I mean, this was a real nail biter. Anyway, a really good attack by Doc. Great job. And I think that's going to wrap it up. I wanted to highlight the top 5 attacks. I'll go ahead and put in the rest of them. I've got quite a few more attacks I'd like everyone to watch. I would love for you guys to see some of the work that Fulmen Morte did. And again, we've got a lot of other members from the community here doing some work. Thank you for joining us while we featured this war against WHF Rising. One last thank you to them. I certainly appreciate the time and effort you guys put into this. And again, a big thanks to John and the rest of the Fair Play community for sending members to help us fill out this roster and let us have this really amazing war with WHF Rising. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later on.